Aw, yeah, it's Friday. From the KUOW newsroom, this is Seattle Now. I'm Patricia Murphy with a roundup of today's top stories. It's October 10th. Nearly 1,000 Starbucks employees will be laid off here in Washington, according to the latest update. The company told the Employment Security Department it will lay off 974 corporate employees in Seattle and Kent. Their last day on the job will be December 5th. The company is also laying off 338 employees from stores being shuttered locally as part of a $1 billion restructuring plan. The state's Women, Infants, and Children program, also known as WIC, will continue providing food benefits through the end of the month, this despite the ongoing federal government shutdown. The state's Department of Health said it plans to use emergency funds from the U.S. Department of Agriculture to temporarily support the program. Washington's WIC program serves more than 200,000 people each year with nutrition support for mothers and young children. The stage is set for Game 5 of the American League Division Series tonight at T-Mobile Park. Either the Mariners or the Detroit Tigers will advance in the postseason. Seattle sports writer Art Thiel says there's a lot at stake.
The Game 5 pressure tonight is equal to anything that the Mariner fans have experienced before. I think this team is built to tolerate it.
The M's have made it to the AL Championship Series 3 times, but lost each time. That gives them the dubious distinction of being the only Major League Baseball team that's never played in the World Series. But Thiel is optimistic about the Mariners' future, tonight and beyond.
I think probably the key thing that fans can take away is that Mariners have established that they have an organization that can develop players to be quality major leaguers.
The first pitch is scheduled for 5:08. Educators across the country are wrestling with whether artificial intelligence belongs in the classroom. But here in Washington, some are ready to embrace the technology. Superintendents, state legislators, and educators partnered with Microsoft to launch a new AI initiative this week. Microsoft President Brad Smith says all 295 Washington school districts will get free access to the company's AI tools.
We are going to embark, beginning today, with investing in this state, our home state, frankly, on a level that will not be matched anywhere else in the world.
Microsoft will give educators free use of its Copilot Studio to build custom AI agents. The hope is these so-called agents can take over tedious administrative tasks. High school students in Washington will get Copilot Chat and other Microsoft tools. The company says the initiative is meant to keep students and teachers from falling behind in the technology of the future. But critics argue that AI can undermine learning. One of Washington's Democratic Congress members is working on a federal bill that would prohibit immigration enforcement during disasters. Northwest Public Broadcasting's Lauren Gallup reports.
U.S. Representative Emily Randall introduced the bill at the end of September. She says it was inspired by the 2 firefighters who were arrested by immigration officials while fighting the Bear Gulch fire in August. Speaking of the people arrested, she says,
they were an essential part of the emergency management crew that was protecting people's homes and keeping this fire from spreading even bigger.
Randall says she worries the arrest could prevent people from becoming first responders.
The American people are continuing to say that this isn't the kind of immigration enforcement that they support or expected from this administration.
The bill expands on Biden-era guidelines from the Department of Homeland Security that prohibit immigration enforcement during disaster response. Randall says it's unclear if those have been repealed. I'm Lauren Gallup reporting.
More than 700 workers at Hanford's nuclear waste treatment plant in southeast Washington could be furloughed because of the government shutdown. Northwest Public Broadcasting's Anna King has that story.
A major contractor sent a warning of furloughs. Then, sources tell me, Hanford Tank Waste Operations and Closure, or H2C, pulled it back. But it's still possible. The news sent a shiver down the spine of Hanford's workforce. Furloughs could set off a chain reaction called a bump and roll, meaning union workers could bump out fresher hires taking their jobs. H2C has 2,500 workers. It manages the site's 56 million gallons of radioactive tank waste. But this comes just as a major plant is set to treat that waste, binding it up into glass logs. Usually, Hanford is buffered from government shutdowns because of carryover funding and the contractor model. I'm Anna King.
Now our feature story today. A clash over healthcare tax credits is at the center of the ongoing federal shutdown. Democrats want those subsidies extended, but many Republicans want to let them expire. That leaves thousands of Washington residents who rely on the subsidies to pay for health insurance with tough choices: pay the new rate, purchase catastrophic coverage, or forego health insurance altogether. Ruby DeLuna spoke with a small business owner contemplating their options.
For most of her career, Maya Tusing has worked at large investment firms that usually offer generous health plans.
It's like being in a candy store. You get to pick almost every type of plan if you want a PPO or an HMO, and any type of deductible you want.
In 2019, Tusing and her business partners started Fairlight Advisors to help nonprofits manage their endowments. It was the first time she shopped for health care.
This is a huge undertaking. It's the last thing you think about.
Tusing found health coverage through the Affordable Care Act. She and her family were living in California at the time. Because she had no income yet, she didn't pay anything. But as their business grew, she started paying premiums. When Tusing moved to Washington, her cost was $200 a month, thanks to the federal subsidies based on factors such as household income and family size. This year, her premiums are still subsidized, but they've gone up to $1,100 a month for a plan that covers herself, her husband, and daughter.
The insurance plan that I have now, I know where the clinic is. I know the doctors I have, and I know how much I would pay.
The enhanced premium tax credits, as they're called, have helped more than 216,000 Washington residents like Tusing. The subsidies were introduced in 2021 during the Biden administration to help with post-pandemic recovery. Those subsidies will end this year. Many Republicans say they should be left to expire to help curb government spending. Without the tax credits, Tusing expects her premiums to cost more than $2,200 a month. She's checked in with insurance brokers to find the best and lowest cost option for her family, but they're limited.
At the moment, total insurance is taking up 50% of our income. So that's auto, health, life, and home insurance.
Tusing has to make a decision soon. Open enrollment for health insurance starts next month. That's when Americans start shopping for insurance plans. For Tusing, going without coverage is not an option, but she wants to see a long-term solution so people can afford coverage.
You want people to take on more debt? Already we have people who don't have enough in retirement. Do you want people to start tapping their IRAs to pay for health care?
Once the tax credits expire, the state estimates 80,000 people will forego coverage. Coupled with Medicaid cuts, officials say it'll take the state back to the days before ACA, when the uninsured rate was 15%. Currently, it's less than 5%. They worry it'll further drive up the cost of premiums and cause people to wait until they're sicker to seek medical care, leading to higher uncompensated hospital costs, bad debt, and bankruptcy. Ruby DeLuna, KUOW News.
Next week on Seattle Now, AI can generate screenplays, novels, and podcasts, but Bellevue-based sci-fi author Ted Chiang says great works of art take more than what generative AI can offer.
When people are doing really good work, they are being careful and attentive to every aspect of what they are doing. That is fundamentally incompatible with how generative AI works.
Hear more Monday morning. And that's all for today from the KUOW Newsroom in Seattle. Our producer is Andy Hurst, and I'm Patricia Murphy. Seattle Now and KUOW are members of the NPR network. Have a great weekend.